Hello Year 2 and welcome back to another term of maths, and we're now going to be looking at shapes, and today we are looking at recognising 2D and 3D shapes. So hopefully you remember 2D shapes are flat shapes and 3D shapes are shapes that you can pick up and hold. So which one of these is the odd one out? Now I'll let you into a little secret. All of them in their own way are the odd one out. So this first one, how is this different to all the other ones? That's right, this one has got spots on it and it's a dice. We wouldn't find a dice in a shape drawer at school. It's not one of our shapes. It of course is the shape of a cube, but it's a dice and we use it for rolling and for games and for maths. Now, how is a square the odd one out? A square is the odd one out in this one because it's only got 4 sides. It's got straight sides and it's a 2D shape, whereas the circle, of course, doesn't have any straight sides. And the other two shapes are 3D shapes. We can see squares on the other faces. So there's a square here on the cuboid and we can see squares on the dice, but they're not squares. They have square faces, but those are cubes and cuboids. How is the cuboid the odd one out? It's the odd one out because it's the only one with rectangle faces. And last of all, why is the circle the odd one out? Circle's the odd one out because it's only got rounded sides. It doesn't have any straight sides. So some shapes are going to come up on the screen and it would be great if you could call them out and tell me what the shape is. So what is this shape? That's right, it's a circle. What's this shape? That's right, this is a triangle. What's this shape? We've already spoken about this one today. This is a square. It's only got 4 sides and they're all straight and they're the same length. What is this shape? Again, 4 sides, but this time they're different lengths. This is a rectangle. And what is this shape? Now notice this shape has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Do you know what we call a shape with 5 sides? We call it a pentagon. Can you say pentagon? Good job, well done. This is a pentagon. So, hexagon is a shape with 6 sides. So I've not seen that yet, but a shape with 6 sides is called a hexagon. Notice how both the word 6 and the word hexagon have an X in them. So that can help you remember. If you see a shape with 6 sides, it is actually called a hexagon, which also has a X in it as well. So sometimes to help us, we can put our arms together, a bit like a multiplication sign, like an X, and say hexagon, and that will help us remember it's got 6 sides. So which shape here is a hexagon? Remember, the word 6 has a X sound in, so a hexagon has 6 sides. So which one is it? It's not that one, that's only got 5, so it's a pentagon. So it's that one, that has got 6 sides, so it's a hexagon. Well done if you got that right at home. So you can have a go now at question 1 on your worksheet if you'd like to. If not, carry on and you can have a go at the end. So we're now going to have a look at some 3D shapes. So the first one is a sphere. Now this isn't a circle because a circle is a flat shape. We wouldn't be able to pick it up. Whereas this is a 3D shape. So for example, a tennis ball is a sphere shape, an orange is a sphere shape, and a globe is a sphere shape. They're balls basically. So that is a sphere. Now a cone is also a 3D shape. So this is our cone here. And a cone, we can remember this because our ice creams often come in ice cream cones. So take the ice cream away, turn the shape round. Here is our cone. It's got a circle face on the bottom. That's one way of remembering it. And things in real life that are cones are an ice cream cone, or a party hat is in a cone shape, because a party hat, if you took it off your head, there would be a circle shape on the bottom of it. Another 3D shape is a cylinder. So that's this shape here. Now a cylinder has two circles. That's not a circle, never mind. Two circles on it, two faces that are circles. So for example, I've got a glue stick here. This is a cylinder shape. It's got a circle face on this end and a circle face on that end. So it's got two circle faces. Tins or cans can be a bit like that. Loo roll, I've got kitchen roll here. That's a cylinder shape. Even a big pool or bath, I'm not quite sure what this one is. Even a big thing can also be a cylinder shape. So can all of our shapes. But that's got a circle on the top face and a circle on the bottom face. And our cans can also be cylinder shapes. We've also got square-based pyramids. Now it's called a square-based pyramid because on the bottom of this shape, if I was to lift this up, there would actually be a square on the bottom, okay? So it's got one square face, that makes it a square-based pyramid. On the bottom, it's got a square. But the other shapes, the other faces are, of course, triangles. And in real life, we see some square-based pyramids in the pyramids in Egypt. And there's also a museum in France called the Louvre, which is a square-based pyramid as well. Another 3D shape is a triangular prism. So we've got some examples here. That is a triangular prism. Notice that it's got two triangle faces, so one on the top, one on the bottom. If I was to separate that in half, well, that's gone a bit funny, we would see that it's got a triangle face going throughout the shape. So there's one at the top, one at the bottom, and the other shapes on it are rectangles. So for example, on this Toblerone, we've got a long rectangle and we've got a triangle face on one end and a triangle face down at the other end. We can't see it because of the picture, but there you go. Some other examples of triangular prism shapes would be a piece of cake maybe, or a tent, because it's got triangles here and rectangles along the side. Here we've got a cuboid 3D shape. Now this is a 3D shape that only has straight edges. There's no curves on it, no circles on it. There's not even any triangles on it. We've only got squares and rectangles on cuboid. So in real life we might see a cuboid piece of Lego or a matchbox. It's just got rectangles on it, or even a brick. My puzzle here, my puzzle box, is a cuboid shape. There's no circles, no triangles, only rectangles. You can also have squares on cuboids. If a cuboid only has square faces, we call it a cube. So a cube is actually a type of cuboid. But a cube is when all the faces are square. So every line is the same length on the cube. So in real life, we might have a dice that's a cube shape, or slipped my mind, a Rubik's Cube. There we go. You might have a Rubik's Cube. That is, of course, a cube shape. So which of these shapes are cylinders? Which one? I'll give you a second. Have a think. Not that one, that's of course a cone. If we were to turn that round, put some ice cream on it, that could be an ice cream cone. It is that one because we can see one of the circle faces, and we know that on the other end there will be a circle face, just like on my glue stick. Circle face one end, circle face the other end. It's not a sphere, and it is of course that one as well. We can see a circle face at the top, so we know there must be a circle face at the bottom for that shape. What shapes can you see here? Pause the video, have a think. Can you name any of those shapes? So we've got a cube, a sphere, a cylinder, a cone, a pyramid, and a cuboid. Well done if you managed to get those at home. So it's your go now to have a go at 2, 3 and 4 questions on the worksheet. Don't worry, we're almost there if you want to stay here and do the worksheet at the end. So we're going to use our tallying knowledge that we learned last term and tally up the different shapes. So it's going to do different shapes, so we'll have a follow as it goes along. So that's a triangle, another triangle, another triangle. Now that is not a triangle, is it? It's just put one in, but it's going to take it away because that's not a triangle. That's a 3D shape. And all of these shapes here are not 3D shapes, they're 2D shapes. That's a square. That is a pentagon because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so it's a pentagon. And that shape over here has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Can you remember 6 has the x sound in, hexagon has the x sound in, so that's a hexagon. There you go, it's making a silly mistake. We've already corrected it. There we go, it's a hexagon. What do you think that shape might be? That's right, that's also a hexagon. That shape is also a hexagon. And last of all, we've got a cuboid, so that doesn't go in any of them. So there we go, we've got our tally of our different shapes. So it's your turn now to have a go at either question 5 or begin your worksheet. Good luck, everyone.